give me the single moment that made you fall in love with Liverpool in 30 seconds. Go.
Single moment? I don't think there is a single moment, you know. I think this is the same for everyone, but I mean, my first memories of Liverpool is when I went to my first game with my dad, and it was like in 2009 or 10, and it was Liverpool versus Sunderland, and Torres scored twice, and I think Glenn Johnson scored as well. But that was the first time I really got proper introduced to like being at the game and being a Liverpool fan and all that. But I always grew up being a Liverpool fan, and you know, I started playing footy from young, and from there I got Torres's boots, and I loved watching Torres and Gerrard. And I think if there was a single beginning moment, I'd say that was the beginning, that first game that I went to. But I think a single moment that made me a Liverpool fan, I think it's just you're just born into it, aren't you? With whatever football team you support, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, especially being from Liverpool, I guess it's kind of not really.
You've only got two choices.
Yeah.
You've only got two choices. Do you know what I mean? So you're either red or the blue here, lad. And luckily, I'm a red. So,
do you know what? Yeah, just on a side note, the Merseyside blue and the Merseyside red, it gives me sort of Crips and Bloods vibes. I know it's not as like intense or violent or anything like that, but just the colours red and blue, it just makes me think, oh, a bit of Crips, a bit of Bloods, and
lad, honestly, on Derby Day, things do get a bit feisty, like, you know what I mean. I've seen mates turn on each other because of Derby Day, and then the next day they're all sound again. But I guess with the Merseyside Derby, it's different because it's not like Celtic and Rangers in that sense, where both sides quite clearly have their own separate identity, and the fact that they're both from Glasgow, but they don't claim Glasgow. They claim their half, whereas Liverpool fans and Everton fans all claim Liverpool and Scousers and all that. So, I know, to be fair, I could be completely wrong with that analogy, but from the outside looking in, that's what it's like, and that's like the difference between maybe our Derby and, say, you know, Celtic Rangers and that. But I'm quite happy it's that way, because I couldn't really be arsed living in a place where half the city from this point that way is all one, and then this point that way is all the other. And if you go into like the city centre, it's all just a bit feisty because, you know, people finding whatever, like proper gang stuff. But, you know, it's, as I said, I'm happy it's not like that. It's quite chilled, as I said. Some of my best mates growing up are Blues, you know, and that's just how it goes here, lad. Like, I've got mates whose families are split down the middle. The dads are red, the mums are blue.
During your time as a Liverpool fan, what would you say are your most like peak memories of being?
Okay, I'm gonna stay away from the obvious one from last season, because I think that's it's obvious, not boring, but you know, there's a few other ones. So like peak memories, the first European away I went on, I'd say is up there. So when I went up to Rangers for the 7-1, me and my mates were sat in the home end. Oh my God, it's a mad story. We were sat in the home end, and we've got there to the ground like 3 hours before the game, and we've gone round, bought scarves, bought hats, done whatever we could to blend in, you know. And I've then checked the coat that I'm wearing, and I'm wearing a green coat. Now, obviously, the Celtic Rangers thing, Celtic fans probably never wear blue. You know, Rangers fans probably avoid the colour green at all costs. And I realised my fucking coat's green. And I'm like, bloody hell. And then we get to our seats, and my mate's texting his dad just before the game starts. And so, God bless Steve, lad. I don't know what he was thinking here, but I've just nudged him, and I've had to try and say in the most blag Scottish accent ever, I've said, Steve, Mo Salah's your lock screen. And he's just looked at me like, he's gone like this, his phone's here, he's gone like this. And I remember just panicking, lad. I was like, fuck me, thank God we're on the back row here, you know, because no one behind us could have seen that. Jesus Christ. And I was, you know, and it's like them things there, like them little things. It's like you don't even care about the game at that point. Like that in itself is such an insignificant yet funny story. It's a little chuckle. And, you know, the game goes on, whatever. They score first. We're having to fucking celebrate with all the Rangers fans. Like, no, obviously not, like, celebrating, but you have to, like, do something to blend in so you don't get noticed or something. And then, obviously, the goals start running in for Liverpool. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, you know. And then we're making our way out just as Liverpool have scored the 7th. And at that point, I couldn't help myself. I was in hysterics, lad. I can't even deny it. Granted, the stadium was half empty by that time anyway, but by the time I got to the stairs and we've scored that 7th, lad, I burst out laughing, and then I got clocked, and I've just fucking legged it. And as I've like got to the stairs to kind of in the concourse to go to the gate, I've just noticed like maybe 3 or 4 lads running behind me, just pacing it. And my friends were already a bit ahead of me anyway, because I wanted to stay to the end, but they just wanted to get out of there. And I've just seen these lads and I've just fucking legged it down these stairs. I've managed to find me mates and then kind of blend in with the crowd. And then we've just walked to our coach again. I'm like, fucking hell, lad, I'm never doing that again. I'm never sitting in the home end ever again. Nah, just, mate, that was an experience and a half that, like,
how hard was it?
Like,
how hard was it to, because look, 7 goals is mad. Yeah. I can understand, maybe keeping it a bit quiet for the first goal, maybe keeping it a bit quiet for the second or third. But when the 4th, 5th, 6th start ringing, like your natural feeling must have been, I need to let this. Like, how difficult was it to kind of behave and not give away that you was actually a Liverpool fan?
Me and Steve just started pinching each other every time he scored. So he scored, lad, and I felt pinches on my leg. I'm like, lad, what the fuck are you doing? Stop pinching me, lad. Little muppet, what are you pinching me for, lad? But every time he scored, he just little kind of just one of them, just little on the leg. But honestly, it was genuine. I don't know, because everyone was fuming, and then like every time, everyone, fuck off, man! Oh, fucking shit! You're fucking, and I'm there like. I'm trying to make it look like I'm angry, but I'm going. Lad, but it's one of them, innit? Like, I'm never doing it again. I've sat in the home end at United as well. Not a good story, like, not a good result, but probably a just as quality story. But we're talking about the highs here, so that Rangers one, I'd say defo is like a good little moment for us.
First of all, who do you consider Liverpool's biggest rival?
I'll always say Everton above United.
Okay.
Because I don't have to go to work and see United fans. I don't go into the office every week and talk football with United fans. However, I do go into the office and I see an Everton fan.
Yeah.
So, if in that sense alone, I never interact with United fans in day-to-day personal basis, because they don't live in Liverpool.
Yeah, which is fair.
I mean, well, apart from Satan, man, but we won't mention his name. We won't mention his name for his own safety. But you get the point that I'm saying there, though, innit? Like, we live in the city. It's more of a bragging rights rivalry than a hatred rivalry, I'd say. Whereas obviously I think the North London derby, if I'm right in saying, is definitely more of a hatred rivalry than bragging rights one.
Yeah. 100%. Like, there's. I find that if you're an Arsenal fan that doesn't live in North London, there's probably other areas in London, but I would say mainly North London, you view Man United as your biggest rival. But for me, like, there's no one bigger than Tottenham. There's no one I hate more than Tottenham. I would love to see Tottenham get liquidated. How about that? That's the realms that I'm on with Tottenham in it. But cool. So what do you actually hate the most about Everton?
Okay, it's a mad one, right? Because it's like the thing I hate about them is the fact is also a reason why I do love them though. Like, I hate them. Do you get what I mean though? Because like as I said before, my best mates, some of my best mates support Everton. In Liverpool, as I said before, families are split down the middle sometimes. Your mates are Liverpool Everton, your family are Liverpool Everton. You're going to Asda, the fella on the checkouts, Liverpool Everton. You know what I mean? You go to JD and the security guards are working together there, Liverpool and Everton, and it's, you know what I mean? It's weird like that. So it's like the thing I hate the most about them is because, especially in my lifetime anyway, Everton have always been shit.